Hello everybody, I hope everyone's good. Well, my name is Parul and I am the Overseas Education Counselor at Advice, and today I'll be talking about why one should be picking hospitality and tourism as a career and as a study abroad option, and how and what avenues can this kind of discipline open for you. Well, those of you who would be having any questions would probably I'd request you can probably post it in the comment section. I'll try to address by the end of this session, and so we can start. Well, I understand, amidst all the fancy careers that we keep hearing about, medicine and dental and engineering and data analytics and all of that, why as a student should I be picking a career which is hospitality and tourism, travel industry and the likes? Well, for starters, it's niche. When I say a career is niche, that means it's less crowded. So as a student, I'm actually at a pedestal of materializing my studies into a more promising professional experience in the long run. Well, first of all, I'd like to simplify both the disciplines. Both hospitality and tourism are actually interchangeably used, and they are overlapping. But to understand the difference, it's imperative. So first of all, tourism is deals with the attractions, it deals with the events and activities, in the travel industry domain. Whereas hospitality, it focuses more on providing the people with an experience. It could be related to food and beverage, it could be related to accommodation, it could be related to culinary arts and other travel related avenues. Again, just to give you like a heads up, anybody who is aspiring to be in this industry, probably being a hotel or a restaurant manager, is looking at a salary not less than 49,000 to 50,000 USD dollars. That's the kind of money you can make. Like I said, again, it's so niche and so promising that it actually opens like promising doors for you. Also, I understand that like after this pandemic, this industry has been the major hit because of this crisis. But again, if we look at the brighter side, especially after this industry is now awakening, when the restrictions are getting uplifted and everything, the graduates in this industry have only a way to look forward. That's because this industry is on the verge of a reboot. Now, as a student, if I'm pursuing a degree overseas in this discipline, I am actually groomed in 4 parameters. First and foremost, the communication. Well, this industry is all about customer service. You need to be presentable, you need to be, your personality has to speak for yourself, and that is one thing that you gain out of this degree other than the academics. Secondly, diplomacy. Now again, you have to be a good talker, you have to be a good listener. It's all about, customer is the king. We've always been hearing that in this industry, and that's what it really sells. So you actually groomed in this when once you take the degree overseas. Because other than the academics, you being with so many people from all walks of life, and that actually grooms you in the long run. Moreover, handling pressure. Now again, this parameter can only be taught best overseas. Now why would I say that? Let's talk about the Swiss Education Group, the Switzerland Education Group, which has a cluster of good 6 schools under it. They have their programs designed in a way that's so niche. So in a 1-year program, you have 6 months of your academics, and 6 months are the time when you're actually working with an employer, or probably you now what they've done, they've actually turned the old hotels into classrooms and the study places. So you're practically living in a hotel and studying. So that's a real-time experience that these degrees give you. And like I said, it could be only taught best out from your comfort zone, and that is overseas. Yeah. Problem solving, again, that's another parameter that by virtue of these degrees you get it in yourself. Again, because you're so closely working with like an employer overseas, you get to learn about how they operate and stuff like that. So that in itself is a very, very vivid learning. Yeah. So primarily, like, why should I be as a student, why should I be as a part of this resurgence, is because I'd actually want to quote, what Gloria Guerrero, who is the president of World Travel and Tourism Council, she has forecasted 100 million more jobs by the year 2029. And she has also quoted that, travel and tourism is the second biggest growing sector in the world today, if I'm talking about the stats, the current stats. So this kind of, inevitably, it actually opens so many doors, so many avenues for us graduates, because kind of, it completely boils down to, your involvement in the role, what kind of, when you preferring, and accordingly you can decide for your role. You can actually kind of, it varies, it's kind of variable, right? From the time you probably want to, manage a hotel or restaurant, open your own setup, or probably be in the airline industry, be in the, food and beverage industry, kind of, it has so many more avenues to look at, yeah? Again, if I'm kind of taking a degree overseas, what I'm looking at is a lot of diversity, a lot of global outreach. It's like the world is your oyster as as a graduate of the hospitality and tourism industry. That's because by virtue of finishing a degree overseas, you can actually work anywhere in the world. You can work in your hometown, you can probably kind of work in Paris, Milan, or probably mix it up, however you want. Like I said, this degree is accredited all over the world, and once you finish it, it only kind of is to grow. That again is kind of important, because it helps you network. Now when you kind of studying in a class where people are from all walks of life, all genres of life, and they are from multiple countries, so you have so much to learn. Like I said, not just the academics, but kind of by virtue of you befriending them, or probably kind of being with them, you learn so much about their cultures, their eating habits, how they kind of operate, what's the kind of thing in their country, and likewise you can operate in our own. So you're understanding. So it's kind of learning through observing, which again can be best taught overseas. Okay, now again, if I'm talking about where to kind of take my degree from, I can practically get lost, because kind of there's so many options to learn from, right? From USA, Canada, UK, Australia, the European countries. Again, if I'm talking about Canada for that matter, it's like the hub. That's that's where tourism, hospitality courses are taught the best. You have courses into wine management, courses into pastry making. So as niche and as specific as you want, you have a course there. So that's like lovely. And also these countries are inviting people for a longer term stay. They are PR friendly countries. So by virtue of you finishing a degree, taking an internship, materializing that into a full-time job, you have so much to look forward. And plus the kind of money that you make, like I spoke about, in the beginning of my session, it's literally manifold times. You can make a fortune out of it. It's that. Again, if I'm talking about European countries as well, you have France, Italy, and kind of like UK for that matter. So many kind of universities are kind of offering courses likewise into food management, kind of culinary arts, the cordon bleu and stuff like that. So you have like these universities where you can actually set your eyes. Okay, again, if I'm talking about the entry requirements, good thing is that it necessarily doesn't have to be from the relevant background. Let's just say if you probably want a career in this domain now, and you're from another discipline, that's completely all right. You can always kind of choose to do it. It's just that you need to pen down your passion in your personal statement, which is what we are here for. I mean, we can help you get your documents in place and everything. So it's not really rocket science. All you need is just to kind of like set your passion and kind of get in touch with us. Also, most of the countries that I talked about are English speaking, so it's only an IELTS or probably kind of like an alternative exam to English that you're looking out for, and that again in some countries like UK can be waived off as well. So it's all a win-win, and it's more towards like a promising future. It's just that you kind of need to think from kind of a broader perspective. And like I said, after the pandemic, this industry is on kind of on like a reboot, and you can materialize your options there. So I think kind of I've been able to give some relevant information. If you probably have any doubts, guys, we can take it now. Work experience is mandatory for MBA at UK. Well, I cannot pronounce your name, Mohammed probably. So MBA in the UK is either executive or a freshers MBA. So if it's a freshers MBA, they don't really want your experience. Kind of, you probably might be just a bachelor's and you can pursue your degree thereafter. Or else if you're looking out for an executive MBA, Mohammed, then we need to have like a 3 to 5 years of managerial experience. But like I said, that's again very, very specific to the university. So we can first make an application and then we can decide. Also, there are a lot of master's courses if you're looking out for, and we can take it from there. It's just that we need to kind of, make the application soon, because the applications are on right now for January and for September both. Okay. Guys, do you have any questions at all? Okay, studying in Norway. Well, yeah, we can kind of, look into that. We have specific country counselors, so we can look into that. JK. Okay, which country is best for MIM? Well, masters in kind of, management is kind of, something that like all countries kind of watch for. That's like a discipline which is, it speaks for itself. It's all about kind of, what kind of passion you have in the subject, Preeti. And there's so many countries like, UK, Australia, USA, Canada, a lot many. It's just that, get in touch with us and, we can take it from there. And the best thing is that, guys, you can make multiple, applications at multiple countries at the same time, simultaneously. So you have like a good buffer to yourself, for you to decide. Let's just say if you were to fly in September 2021, we can make the applications right now for multiple countries. And then with the length of time, till the time you get your, till the time you get your, offer letters, you can apply for scholarships. Also, all the countries that I talked about are very, very kind of, friendly in terms of scholarships. Most of the countries provide financial aids. All you need is just to kind of, make an application for it, and it should be good to go. So any work that you've done, guys, in whatever discipline that you are. I'm so sorry. I don't think this is posted. Sorry about that. Yeah. So any work that you've done in any discipline that you are, kind of, do not forget to mention it, because it kind of, puts you at a pedestal over and above others, because you have a lot to contribute. Also, if I'm talking about, the degrees overseas, it's a lot about self-study, guys. So you kind of, putting a lot of, hours actually studying the literature, then kind of, working closely with the employers of that respective country. So it's a lot of intensive learning that you're looking at, because again, you're completing the degree at a considerable length of time, which is roughly around a year or a year and a half, which in itself, if you kind of, chalk it out, you'll be like, it's very less a time, because I've got so much to study and have like less time in hand. And the fact that it's so crisp, it makes you kind of a scholar, because you learn the art of time management. You kind of, you have to deliver through seminars, through, assignments. It's a lot of study that, you're looking at, which in itself is very rewarding. Okay. I want to apply to Canadian college, but I have given a Duolingo English test. What about study permit? Well, for Canada, Naman, we have specific counselors, and the fact that you have given a Duolingo test, that's one of the alternatives that the universities are accepting for now. So just be on the kind of, lookout and, make an application. I'm sure the universities would heed. And about the study permit, they have a good year, they have a stay back on their degrees, which is very much intact, and nothing's changed it. And even if you are to pursue, your degree online, that's very much intact. So you can set your eyes there, Naman. Any idea about borders reopening in New Zealand? Well, God of Thunder, like they should be reopening soon, because see, the entire world is coming back to kind of, the normal again. And I just kind of say, be patient, and I'm sure it's going to be very much on track. Yeah. What are the possibilities for dental students in UK for further studies in work? Okay, yeah, for dental we have a lot many degrees. I think I lost you. Okay, yeah, there are a lot many degrees in the UK, and you can get in touch with us. You know, you have orthodontics, you have kind of oral medicine, so many. Right now the kind of, you know, session is about hospitality and tourism, so I'd love to speak about, you know, dental for you, dear Sarah. So you can get in touch with us for that and we'll help you. The process is very streamlined. We have to make an application as early as possible because that gives you the window to kind of, you know, get a scholarship for yourself if you're good with your grades. Okay, hello ma'am, I am 2014 hospitality graduate, currently working in international cruise line as a wine tender, planning for Canada next year. I have a 4 to 5 experience. Will it affect for me? Well, this looks good to me, Swapnil. You should actually get in touch with us, and the fact that you're from the same fraternity kind of, you know, is very good. All we need to do is just make an application and you have to clear the IELTS, and I think it should be good to go. Yeah. Okay. Which country is best for MBA in travel and tourism? Okay, Navaluri, Gotham. All the countries are good, like I said, but Canada is, like, you know, known for such courses. It's like the hub, and like, notwithstanding the fact most of the countries actually operate kind of, you know, their business mostly on tourism, so that is one industry that's never going to go out of fashion. Yeah. Okay. Which course should I select, Swapnil? Well, that should be your call, your owners. I'd love to tell you what course you can do, Swapnil, but you know, again, another heads up, any degree that you pursue overseas is very, very, you know, like intense, like I said. So you have to put in a lot of, you know, study hours, self-study hours. For that, you really need to like the subjects. And that's why it's imperative that you decide your course on your own, Swapnil. And like I said, it could be from the same fraternity, or if you probably have a passion for the subject, you can go for it. Okay, you take on undergraduate from UK? Yeah, Arya, we have undergraduate degrees as well. And again, they are 3 to 4 years. Again, if it's a 4-year degree, you can probably go for a study abroad year in the 3rd year, or probably take an internship in the 3rd year and come back and finish your degree in the 4th year. If I'm talking about UK universities. How many bands are required for IB and MBA in London? Well, again, MBA is a very specific term. For a master's, you need to be kind of, you know, scholarly with your grades, and you know, the I bands for I kind of, you know, would say, you know, the higher the better. So that again, we can, you know, look for universities that are, you know, that accept like a less scholarly grade as well. But then I presume you'd be having good grades, Pratnesh. Any degree like MBA in hospitality? Well, there are kind of, you know, umpteen degrees in hospitality as a domain, right? From kind of, you know, hospitality management, hospitality business management, you have travel, tourism, you have food and beverage, you have culinary arts, you have, I mean, it completely boils down to your appetite. Yeah. What's your opinion on masters in international business, CTPT? Okay, international business is again a beautiful course. Again, students, just understand one thing: any discipline that you're studying from an international perspective, it kind of, you know, helps you understand that subject from an international point of view. Now, when I say that, you know, the case studies and all that you'll be studying would be international. So, you know, probably some case study from Korea, some from US, something from Japan. So that's the kind of, you know, international perspective to your degree. So that kind of makes you a very, you know, by the end of the degree, you come out as a scholar, I'd say. Yeah. Schema Business School for France is very nice. It's one of the top business schools. And again, France is kind of, you know, it's becoming as one of the, you know, good study abroad destinations. You just need to kind of know the language, at least for like the little, you know, the first B1 level, and I think it should be good to go. Yeah. Have certain, you know, US universities waived off GRE, Serena. Well, GRE is a mandate, okay, but I'm sure, you know, some universities would be waiving that off, but I'm sure there'll be conditions attached to it. So we can just, you know, sort that out for you, Serena. Just get in touch with us and I'm sure a USA counselor would help you. Yeah. Okay, you take on undergraduate in computer science from UK. Yeah, we have a lot many courses and at both levels, since we are tied up with maximum universities all across the globe, to name it 750 plus. We have a very strong handholding and a very strong tie-up, which kind of puts us at a better position to kind of get your things sorted, since we're in this industry since kind of more than 3 decades now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Which course is best after B Pharm in UK or Canada? Well, you can, since you're in that domain, you can probably kind of take a master's in pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Actually, 3 of my students happen to get a very good scholarship from one of the top universities in in Scotland. So kind of you can be on that outlook. Okay. Last question, ma'am. Okay. As a PR perspective, which country is best for hospitality professional, New Zealand or Canada? Well, both countries, Swapnil, for that matter, are PR friendly. Both countries are accepting kind of like students to come study over there and materialize their options for a full-time job and a longer term stay. So it completely is your call where you want to go. Having said that, again, Canada is more like the hospitality hub. If you're talking about courses into travel, tourism, culinary arts, pastry making and stuff like that, so kind of Canada can be one of the good options that you can look at. Shivam. Okay, how about sports management in Spain at Geneva Business School? Well, again, these are kind of very niche and specific courses. Okay, I can't pronounce your name, sorry. So you can just get in touch with us. We have specific counselors for Spain as well, and we can get that sorted for you. Okay. Are you aware of the Domus Academy Milan? What's your take on this? Plus, what about the course Masters in Luxury Brand Management? Well, Siddhibidi, I take care of Domus and Naba as well. So these are like the top design schools in Milan, and we can make an application for you, not a problem. Considering when do you wish to fly, kind of just get your portfolio in place, and it should be good to go. These are like the top kind of design schools that you're looking at, and again, it's Milan. It's like the fashion on streets. You have the top brands and everything just kind of at your beck and call. Okay, Masters in Luxury Brand Management. Yeah, of course, it's a very, very niche and blooming course. Again, you just need to have a passion for that subject. The kind of avenues it opens for you are again manifold times. You can get in touch with us and we can kind of get that sorted. Dentistry, PG in Canada, and well, of course, that's very much in demand, and we can make an application. Just kind of make that soon because the applications are anyway ongoing, so the sooner the better, because these courses are very, very niche and they have specific requirements. Can I study any other health related course in Canada after B Pharm? Yeah, there are many courses here. You can actually study healthcare management. You have kind of public health, so many. So it like you have a lot of options to choose from. Oh, thank you. Okay. Guys, do you have any more questions? I'm actually kind of operating 2 places right now, Instagram and Facebook. So that's why I'm just trying to understand the questions both places. I hope I've not missed anybody. Well, my name's Parul Siddhibidi, and you can get in touch with us, no worries. Which country is best for sports management except Australia? Well, you can get in touch with us for UK as well. That's also one of the good, country that you can actually set your eyes on. Loughborough is one of the top universities when you talk about sports. We have Leeds, we have the best of schools when it's sports. Also, just another heads up, guys, whatever stream that you're looking out for, make sure there are scholarships in that specific department as well. So it's not just a scholarship that's given by the university, but it's a scholarship given by the school's department as well. So you can avail that as well. And other than that, there are government scholarships which you can kind of avail. Masters in interior designing in UK or USA, which is better? Well, Saundarya, again, kind of, both countries offer kind of really, really lucrative options. But again, I can kind of, guide you for UK. Interior designing is kind of, like the hub. So you actually, it's like an abstract form. You can make so much out of it. And especially going to a country like a UK or probably anywhere in Europe like Italy or France, it kind of, is very advantageous. Because understand one thing, guys, when you kind of, study abroad, it's not just the academics, it's so much more to the learning. Because it's not just kind of, the books that we study from, the journals that we study from, but it's so much more to it. Because since it's the melting pot of so many kind of, diversities and ethnicities that are studying with you, you have so much to learn from, because just by observing them, just by looking at the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they kind of, like carry out their day-to-day activities, is so much enriching, and also to tell you, it's with their networking, part-time work is given a lot of importance. Because the students over there, especially after their teenage, get on their own. They believe in being independent. And when I say being independent, they really kind of sponsor their studies on their own, sponsor their living, sponsor their food, everything. So you are actually befriending such smart people, such smart kids. Imagine what kind of learning you imbibe when you're for yourself. You understanding? Okay. Yeah, our offices are spread pan-India, and we have 7 offices in Bombay. In Pune we have 2, and likewise. Okay. Is it too late for January course in Europe? Are the borders open considering the second wave around Middle East? Okay, just to kind of tell you, the January applications for European universities are very much on, and of course, the second wave and everything is anticipated. But it's just that kind of, the precautions are being taken. It couldn't go under kind of, a complete lockdown again. It'll be devastating. But it's just that, the restrictions are getting imposed, and kind of, again, people are adhering to the standards of social distance and everything. But everything is very much kind of, in control. See, I'll tell you, the best thing is just to take care of your own self. You have to kind of, sanitize, be kind of, like cautious yourself. And I think nothing can go wrong. I think that's like the new normal now. Please bear with me, I have a lot of questions. That's okay, dear. That's completely alright. I'm here to answer them for you. Okay, can you please confirm, are the May 2021 open for Canada? Oh yes, they are, Arjun. Just kind of, get in touch with us, and we can get that sorted. In fact, I'd suggest get in touch with us soon, because probably from next month, the applications for September 2021 will start for Canada. So kind of, the sooner the better for me. Yeah, Arjun, I hope that answers. Okay, after 12th or graduation? Well, that completely boils down. If you want to kind of pursue an undergraduate degree, you can do it after your 12th. If you want to take it at the master's level, you can finish your graduation and then go for a master's. Okay. There are many universities for design, SNE, and kind of, where do you want to go? It's completely up to you, and we can make applications, like I said, for multiple countries at the same time, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. I hope I've answered maximum questions as I can. Okay, I think I've covered most of the questions, guys. And thank you. I hope this session was informative. You can get in touch with us. We're also having a series of fairs. Tomorrow we're having a hospitality and tourism event where kind of, all the universities that I talked about are coming. So you can just register and kind of, say a hi to the university, understand the gimmicks and everything, how it will work even before making an application. And all of this is free of cost, so you can just kind of, avail the opportunity. Yeah, okay, thank you.